Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm just seeing, yes, we are live on our Joylux website. And I'm just going to quickly check before we get going that we are live on my Instagram. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, where are y'all watching from? Hope you're having a great day so far. It's sort of the beginning of a week. Fall is in the air. Thought I'd throw some sunflowers. For those of you that maybe need a little brightening, welcome to Menopause Made More Joyful with Joylux. And let me tell you, this is the time in our life that we are taught to kind of fear, right? And that's if you had a lot of education with menopause, depending on how your family communicated, maybe depending on what you learned in school. I don't even think you ever learned about menopause in school, honestly. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we are going to demystify some of the things maybe that you wondered about your body. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but there are certain things that are happening with our body and with our estrogen that we're going to get into. And we're going to talk about some great relief. Now, before we get started with our hero product, which is the vFit, I want to tell you that right now in my bra, so right here, I want to show you, there's a little bra insert there, sorry. Definitely not a flash. I've got one of these bra inserts in, and I'm going to say this is a must get if you are sitting there thinking, gosh, what am I going to do? I'm dealing with these hot flashes and they start right at the chest and they work their way up. Do not wait and sleep on these cooling pads. They're bra inserts. And by the end of the show, you will see how this cooled my body down. And no, these don't go in the freezers. And no, it's not as wet and messy and stingy as this, that's for sure. So welcome. Yeah, we're going to get you some relief for those of you that are suffering from perhaps weak pelvic floor. Maybe you are suffering from, laxity. Maybe you're suffering from decreased sensation, maybe painful sex. We have a solution for you. So I'm going to encourage you, if you're watching on Instagram, to join us at joylux.com and go to the live shopping page. That's where we're going to be the most interactive. So today we have an incredible product for you. It is called the vFit. Now we have a bundle for you that I'm going to highly encourage you pick up. I mean, you certainly can pick up the hero product, which is the vFit on its own, which does sell, by the way, for $395. But today we've got a bundle that includes not only your vFit device, of course, you get the charger and everything as well. You get the photonic wipes. You also get the photonic gel. You get, of course, your beautiful satin case, but you also get in the strawberry bundle right here, look at this. Look at this fun case. And by the way, it's double-sided, so you can put all your little goodies in there for your intimate health. And that's what we're talking about. So today we are talking about intimate health. And before we get going on this, and I'm going to just do a little demo while we're talking, but let's introduce you to Colette. Colette is the founder of Joylux. And Colette, the reason she found this company is because when she had her son, she was thrust into essentially postpartum, right? Which we know can be not a lot of fun for a lot of women. But she was also thrust into perimenopause. And so with that, she was dealing with essentially early onset of things that probably typically wouldn't have happened to her necessarily at her age. And so out of this, she realized, gosh, there's got to be a solution. And because she had a background running a bunch of essentially like medi-spas and clinics, she realized the power of red light therapy and what it could do for our skin and the tissue and all of that in athletes. And she thought, why can't we do that for our intimate health? And so she partnered with Dr. Sarah. So we've got a board certified OBGYN who partnered with her on this, in addition to the different scientists and laser experts and all that. And she said, let's create this, Colette, because as an OBGYN, she knows how important it is to prioritize intimate health. And vFit is, by the way, clinically proven to also help in the intimate lives with confidence, with comfort, and it does it in a natural and non-invasive way. So let me quickly run you through a tour of this, and then we'll show you sort of the mechanisms on how this works. And by the way, we've got our fabulous Joylux team online right now. So if you're watching, please go to the website. That is for sure your best bet to get us to interact with you and answer your questions. And we are here to demystify and help you with that. So once again, this is our vFit. So this, again, is a beautiful wellness device. And in fact, given the stamp of approval for being a wellness device from the FDA with 3,000 published studies, most of them by women, on the safety and efficacy of red light therapy. So when you turn this on, we'll talk about protocol in a moment. You're going to get a gentle vibration, which, by the way, helps with the circulation, right? Think of athletes that stand on those vibrating pads to get increased circulation, blood flow. What's that going to do for you? It's going to help with all of those things on the inside as well as a gentle heat and the LED lights. So this essentially is the brain of your vFit device. And this is as far as you insert it. So you're not going all the way in. You're definitely not inserting this. You're only going to the edge of this. And the protocol is very simple, every other day for 6 minutes to start. So what is this going to do for you? Well, let's take a look at some of our clinical studies, and then we'll take a look at some of the other options that might be available to you that you've considered. So first of all, clinically proven to improve sensation, increase your vaginal hydration naturally. 92% of women said this made them more confident, and of course 95% improved wellness. And as we look at this, I want you to remember too that when we talk about our intimate health, start treating it like it is part of your overall health, because that is exactly what it is. And it's why so many of you have been looking for solutions. So here's what previously, and frankly still is also available to you. So this will really help amplify the value of what you're getting with your vFit device. So maybe you're looking at hormone replacement therapy. So that will run around $900 a year. And by the way, of course, this varies. We're giving you sort of averages here just to point out what the value of this device is. Maybe you've been looking at vaginal rejuvenation. Well, first of all, invasive, likely downtime, and darn expensive, okay? Now we go to our vFit. So for $395, works out to about 55 cents a day to get your intimate health back. There's an app as well that you use with this. So it's an entire protocol that you have and support that you have from the Joylux team. So let's talk about how this app works for you. First of all, when you're using your vFit device, and I will go through this several times here, so don't worry if you just tuned in, but there is a free app that you will download. Now that app, first of all, it will easily control the device for you. It will also basically schedule your sessions. And it's very easy, by the way, to fit this into your day. And I'll show you how. It will track your progress and as well your health symptoms. And you'll also receive some additional health insights. Remember, this whole protocol and program was co-designed by Dr. Sarah, a board certified OBGYN. So you're getting real kind of insight from that medical standpoint. And then of course, an ever growing library of educational health content. And I suspect over time, this growing community that we have of menopausal women will continue to help each other as well. Fun fact, did you know 6,000 women will reach menopause every single day? So by the end of this day, some of you will have more to add to your community. So here we go. This is your vFit device. Today we have it available for you in a special exclusive bundle. It's the strawberry bundle. You're getting so much here today, but it is really the heart of what the vFit device is that works for you. So if you're just joining us, let me introduce you to your personal trainer for your vagina. And why do you need that? Our body changes. Let's take a look at what happens to our tissue and our skin as we age. Some of this might not come as a big surprise because we've always taken care of our skin on our face. We buy all these lotions and potions, and we do it because we see the decrease in collagen. We see the decrease in elastin. We see the decrease in hyaluronic acid. But what happens when that happens with our internal, right? When it happens inside our vagina? Well, we start to see that translate into tissue laxicity. Maybe you're experiencing bladder leakage, right, from weak pelvic floor. Maybe you're getting really dry there, in addition to everywhere else, might I add. And maybe you're experiencing pain with intercourse. This is where the vFit comes into play. So what you're going to do is 6 minutes every other day. This is your week one. Every other day, you're going to turn this on, right? See the light go on. And by the way, you get instructions for all this, so not to worry. And you can watch these replays of these videos as well. And then you're going to take that middle button and you're going to go ahead and put it on whatever desired time. So in week one, you're going to go 6 minutes every day. Weeks 2, you're going to go 8 to 10 minutes. And then weeks 3 to 8, you'll stick right around that 10 minutes on this device until you get to the maintenance mode, which by the way, only happens 1 to 2 times every week for, up to 15 minutes. So, and that's it. When you turn it on, and don't go anywhere, you're going to see the power of the LED lights, and we'll show you mechanisms that make this work in just a second. But you also will feel the sonic vibration, and there we go. Look at the coverage. So imagine inserted into your vagina the coverage that you are getting to help with that tissue repair. And of course, you're also getting a gentle heat. So let's take a look at what makes the vFit so special. It is those LED lights. It is the 6 sonic modes. It is the gentle heat at the perfect temperature to facilitate healing, tissue repair, increased pelvic floor strength. And of course, you've also got the app that will help you through all of your different treatment modes. Now, some of you have been watching my social media and you have been looking at the Halle Berry device. So let me just quickly introduce you to this. Now, at the core, it's the same technology, okay? But let's pull up Halle's quote here, because Halle, when she experienced the vFit, she thought, you know what, I'm gonna do something on my own, and she's holding the original pink box that I got right here. So she started with this vFit that you have access to today. And she says the game changer every woman must have. Listen, when Halle decided, you know what, I'm going to partner with Joylux. And by the way, she's partnered in Joylux in a few different ways. And you can start shopping right now if you like on the Let's Spin, which is an FDA approved clean lube. You're going to love it. I'll talk about this in a second. But she thought, you know, I'm going to create my own. So hers will come in a red box. A box is a box, we know that, but I just wanted you to know there's something a little bit special, and I'm just gonna open this because I got my hands free here. So when you open it, first of all, you've got the fact that this is, again, a certified game changer every woman must have. You get a personalized note from Halle. Well, it's personalized, I mean, obviously printed. She did this with you in mind, knowing you were getting this device and talking about her specific journey. Maybe you can read that, it's probably backwards. It's important to know that she thoughtfully created this. So how is the Halle Berry version, collab, again, same technology, how is it different and why is it more? Well, first of all, it's got more LED power. It goes to an additional 12 minutes of session time. What does that mean? You're gonna get to your state, your desired state, faster. It's got 4 additional sonic vibration modes. And let me just also remind you, this isn't your toy. This is your wellness device, so your personal trainer. I know it looks like it looks, but that's just the nature of our anatomy. It has to kind of look like this. It's also got a beautiful chrome finish, and look at that limited edition silver storage bag. I have been told by the folks over at Joylux, by the way, that when this one is gone, because that bag is very limited, that bundle will end. So if you are interested in this, highly recommend. If you do pick up the Halle device, I also still highly recommend you pick up the photonic gel and the wipes. You're going to kind of create your own bundle. I know with the strawberry bundle, we've created one for you, but the device for the Halle Berry version comes on its own. Same mechanism. Turn it on. You just, again, have more LEDs. You have more vibration modes. You have extra treatment time. We can go up to 12 minutes, and you hold it down and you still get that vibration. You still get that gentle heat. And of course, you also get that red light therapy. Do we have any questions? I'm so happy. We have a couple of you that picked up the Halle Berry version. I am really happy for you. I cannot wait to hear what you say about this. By the way, there are several reviews online. I highly encourage you to look. No questions. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, we have a couple of questions based on sort of how you're using this and sort of, I guess, maybe a bit of the learning curve and the comfort. Listen, again, this is your wellness device. Honestly, it's not uncomfortable, but it's just something you have to get used to, okay? When you go to the gym, so if I sort of relate this to your fitness and wellness device, when you go to the gym, it always takes a little bit to learn how to do an exercise, right? Once you learn how to do it, once you kind of get used to inserting this, and again, 6 minutes, maybe while you're looking at your phone, maybe while you're watching TV, you're gonna literally get used to this. And I think, like anything in life, when you realize the transformation that is possible for you, you start to go, you know what, I can do this. I can do 6 minutes. I can do 8 minutes. I can do eventually 10 minutes, especially when you know that eventually you're only going to end up into maintenance mode to get the kinds of results that these customers have seen. And I want to show you some of the results that we've seen. And I will say also for, I think it's Dawn that was asking about that, you can go ahead and, the Photonic gel is going to increase the power, and we'll talk about that in a second. It's also got a little bit of a slip. So, if you need to use a lube, go ahead and use a lube. Like, this is all about doing what it takes to get yourself the results we're seeing here. So, and I love when we look at this, and ladies, if you're watching, please come and take a look at the testimonials, because when you hear terms like life-changing, right? Your own natural moisture, right? Your own natural moisture is once again reignited with just a few sessions. Absolutely one of the best investments for my health I've ever made. Moisture, sensitivity, tissue health, and more. And then I love this from Lauren. My wish would be that for every woman to be able to have vFit. I'm happy with the results in just a few weeks. So listen, wouldn't you agree that 6 minutes every other day is worth it to maybe get your confidence back, is worth it to get your sexual health back, is worth it to get you finally the relief from this stage of life? You've worked so hard your whole life. You've done all the things. You've raised your kids. You've taken care of everybody, and this is the moment you get to take care of yourself. So, I don't want anything to be a barrier for you. If we can make this easy for you, we're going to do that. So, can you? Is the Photonic gel going to help? Yeah, it's going to help in a lot of ways. In fact, let's talk about the Photonic gel. It has hyaluronic acid. It has other ingredients. This is again clean for you. But more than that, it actually also increases the power of light by 45%. So when we look at how long it takes you to get into that maintenance mode, this is going to most likely speed up the process. It also, I'm just going to show you here too. It has it's not your lube. So this is a lubricant, right? This is for your device to increase the power. Does it have a little bit of slip? Let me show you. Let me tell you. So All Clean Beauty, by the way, remember, these are all created by Dr. Sarah. Sarah is a doctor, I should say. She deserves to be called a doctor. She is a doctor. Felt like I was on a first name basis because she feels like such a friend on the Joylux Instagram. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a slip. So could this be, Dawn, for you that was just asking on the chat, make it a little bit more comfortable? Absolutely. You know what? 6 minutes a day is all it takes. And I get it. You're probably thinking to yourself, I'm so busy, Dawn. How can I fit one more thing on my day? Like, great, to-do list. Tell you what. If you're like me, you're probably in the morning, right? Maybe you're sitting there on your phone, checking your emails, just like me, social media. Oh my gosh, lots going on. This is inserted and you're just doing that for that 6 minutes. You're going to probably at some point go, oh my God, that 6 minutes just flew, right? And eventually you're going to work your way up to the time. You get used to it. Now, reminding you, let's talk about the mechanisms once again. And just to show you that this again is a very purposeful design. I'm just keeping an eye on comments here. Does the app come with the Halley device? Absolutely. The app you're going to use all day long. Thank you so much for that question, Debbie. And by the way, today, even if you're just picking up a loop, I would invite you to go ahead and sign up for that app anyway. It creates such a great community, and I invite you to join that community. But yes, it absolutely does come with the Halley device. And I will also say that the app also gives you any kind of software upgrades that you might desire in the future for your original vFit, especially, for those of you who get the strawberry bundle, you might as well download the app, you might as well do all the things, and eventually you might want to upgrade. But here's the mechanisms. Quickly turning it on, right? Easy. You get the charging cable. So it's just a quick little charging cable. Very simple. You'll know it's charging. It gives you a little buzz, and it basically says, yeah, we're charging. And it just does that for a second. So you're connected. You're going to put it on your treatment time, whatever that is. And again, your app will help you with that. And then you hold this down and immediately light and sonic vibration. So some of you may go, I love the vibration. Some of you may go, I'm done with vibration for this treatment. Maybe I'm going to put it on later. I don't know. The point is it very purposeful? Okay, so the vibration, let's think about it. Athletes, I remember when I was working at the shopping channel, we sold a vibrating plate. Okay, and the reason we did that was because it sparks circulation. So if you think of your vagina, right, maybe it's gone into atrophy, maybe because you've got a whole lot of muscles in there, right? So what are we doing? We're again pumping it up, right? We're getting it to the point where it's got some circulation. So that is going to help with your internal intimate health, right? Tissue repair. Think about red light therapy. We see athletes doing this on their shoulder. Maybe you've got a red light therapy pad that you've been using on your frozen shoulder or something like that. It's the same concept. So we're dealing with tissue repair. And let me tell you, this is a perfectly designed product, again, with that 40 degrees Celsius heat. So is it hot? No, I can hold this forever and it's not going to get hot. It feels very cozy. There's one of the top laser scientists that helped create this, right? The perfect everything to give you that tissue health and repair. In fact, the FDA has deemed this an incredible wellness device, a kiss of approval, being safe and effective with that red light therapy. So I want you to feel all the confidence. And in fact, doctors recommend this. We know that Dr. Sarah does, right? She was part of creating this. But look at doctors who are recommending this to their patients. Why? Because your doctors that are listening to you deal with your menopause symptoms, they want you to feel relief. A lot of you, A, don't want to do hormone replacement. B, can't afford vaginal rejuvenation. You also don't want any downside. You likely don't want any of the possible pain that you might be dealing with in those things. This is a safe and effective way, and it's easy. I love Dr. Prouse. vFit is easy, effective, and all natural, a perfect fit. And take a look at the results that doctors are seeing, right? Finally able to get confident. This is an incredible tool. And of course, Dr. Sarah, who created this along with Colette and the Joylux team and scientists, recommend vFit to my patients who have had children and gone through menopause. vFit is an innovative red light technology that helps tone and increase sensation of tightness. So here's the thing. And we're going to do a little girl talk, and I'm just going to do a quick check on my Instagram because I know some of you are probably watching. Yes, we've got Rhea, we've got Lori. Hi, Lori, nice to see you. Tashina, Xiang. Listen, for the most immersive experience and so that we can answer your questions live and in real time, if you go, even from your phone, go to joylux.com and you're going to go to the little hamburger menu and you're going to hit live shopping. And when you do that, you get to watch the show and you can comment. In fact, okay, Gina. So I'm just looking at comments. So Gina said, I was diagnosed with atrophy. Intimacy was gone. Bought vFit Plus package, so much improved. You know, I got to tell you, Gina, you just gave me like a little bit of an emotional moment here. So I turned 53 this year, and drop an emoji or something in the chat, you know, if you're feeling what I'm feeling too. Like, we're just starting to experience a lot of other things. Like, we're getting little hot flashes. I've personally gained some weight. Like, there's things that we can control, I know, and there's things we can't. And it feels very frustrating at times to have like that fear of maybe even talking to your doctor about it, because so often, you know, we're not taught. And I know, you know, I had great parents that kept me very educated about sexual health and all of that. Like, they always had like a doctor talk to 5 to 6 year olds, a doctor talks to 10 to 12 year olds. And my family, we would read that book and they would, you know, answer the questions, but menopause was not something that ever came up. And so even going to a doctor, you know, I feel like, you know, I get told like I've gained weight, and the doctor goes, oh yeah, well, you know, you need to lose weight or whatever. And it's like, they don't really talk about that menopause might be part of that. I'm also not going to lie, sitting on the couch is probably not helping, but there are certain things that are happening to our body. Or maybe, you know, you've got a doctor, and this could be male or female, because it's a challenge for both, that don't actually acknowledge necessarily the way you're feeling about your intimate health as being part of your overall health. And so I'm so glad, Gina, that you've seen that improvement. You know, the intimacy thing, let me tell you, if you follow Halle Berry, and maybe this is a good time, we're going to put up the information for the Let's Spin, and I'll come back to the vFit in just a second, and I'll remind you of how to buy this as well. But Halle Berry herself, you know, she created, along with Dr. Sarah and the OBGYN, and the team at Joylux, I should say, and of course, a series of OBGYNs, to talk about the intimacy and health. So she created this, and it's the Let's Spin, right, part of this collab with Joylux. And she did this so she could get back to feeling good. And by the way, use your own interpretation of what spinning means, okay? She's being a little cheeky here. So relieves pain with sex, treats vaginal dryness, enhances comfort during intimate moments. And by the way, I love that she also said intimate moments, because intimate moments could be you on your own, or you with a partner, or you with same-sex partner, with a toy, it doesn't matter. The point being is that this is for your any intimate moment you have. So I love that she took maybe some of the stigma and fear out of that, and also provides unparalleled hydration. So what we have here are 2 options for you with the Lip Spin. And if I could be so bold, not that I want to spend your money for you, but you may want to pick up I call this the travel size, but it's actually just a smaller size. And it has like flexible packaging, and just the delivery system is a little bit different. Same formulation. I once had someone ask, what's the difference? Same formulation, different size, different packaging. This one, this is I only did that so you could see it's like this beautiful, elegant packaging. So this one here is 60 mils. Still airport friendly, right? It'd be a little heavier because of the packaging. And this one here is 40 mils. Okay, and I think this is $21, and I think this one's $45. But let me tell you, so again, this one you squeeze out, this one you pump. So when you get it home for the first time, like anything, you're gonna have to give it a couple pumps, right? Because what happens is you gotta prime your product. I make no assumptions, everybody knows about everything. I've sold lots of product, and people go, my products aren't coming out. Give it a couple of pumps, okay? And then when you do, you're gonna get this very elegant lube. Now this is completely unscented, which is great. It's not like a flavored kind of lube or anything like that. It's completely clean, and it's got skin loving ingredients like hyaluronic acid, like vitamin E. Like there's so many great ingredients in this. And here's the thing. So you can see this is a beautiful, elegant lube. It's not sticky. So if you've ever bought a drugstore lube, sometimes they're sticky, kind of gross, right? So this has a nice slip to it. All right, that will last for you. But of course, as it starts to absorb within you, because it will, right? It's what you put on your skin absorbs, what you put in your body absorbs. You have that peace of mind that this is doctor created, and of course gives you that experience that you want during those intimate moments. So I just feel very proud to be presenting this, and I'm going to just pull up, and if you have any questions, Gina, oh, I love the heart, thank you. Oh, good, someone added the intimacy gel. I'm really, really happy. Oh, and Gina, you had something nice to say. Your doctor made it seem like, oh, well, it's a part of life. It doesn't have to be. So I love it. Now, unclear if your doctor kind of brushed you off and then said it doesn't have to be, or if you watched and learned about Joylux and realized you didn't have to listen to what the doctor's saying it's just a part of life. We know it's a part of life, like, hello, obvious calling, but just because something is normal doesn't mean you should have to just like suffer in silence. And I think, you know, if today's the day you're watching, you're like, I'm tired of the stigma about talking about vaginas. Like, I remember the first time I was doing this show, kind of felt, I don't want to say I felt bad for my husband, but my husband's like watching me and I'm saying vulva, vaginas. And I know some of you are on Instagram and you're going, boy, Dawn sure says vagina a lot. Yeah, it's a part of our body. We're allowed to say it. And there's nothing to be ashamed about talking about it. If you are a man watching today, I want you to know you have women. I guarantee you, someone in your life that you know that you walked by on the street, right? 6,000 women go into menopause every single day. Someone you know or has run into is encountering these symptoms. And all I can say is if you have someone that you love, right? If you love, then the best gift you can give them is a vFit device. First of all, this is going to help them with the results. Let's take a look again at our clinicals with feeling more confident, with increased sensation, with all of the things that enhance her life. And this is not a reason for you to buy it, but let me just say, who do you think else is going to benefit from all of these things that you're seeing the lady in your life is going to benefit from? Again, I don't want to make that part of why I'm presenting this to you, but all I'm saying is that her health benefits you in a lot of ways because she is also in a better state of mind. She is also in prime intimate health, which is going to make everybody's life a lot easier and more joyful. So what you get with your strawberry bundle, and yes, I know some of you added the Halle Plus version. That's great. If you want the photonic wipes and the gel, of course, you'll have to just add that to your cart, but it's a great time to do that. So once again, red light therapy, sonic vibration, right? Different modes. Protocol, 6 minutes every other day for week 1. Then you go up to 8 minutes. Then you go up to 10 minutes, or in the case of the Halle Berry version, 12 minutes. That's it. Now, I'm going to pull up the Halle Berry because I want to show you, because we're still talking a little bit about the gel. So I love her so much. Okay, listen to this. I'm going to turn this up. And by the way, I encourage you to follow Joylux. All of these videos here are on the Joylux Instagram page. And Dr. Sarah also constantly has some really great advice. And it's not always just about products, by the way. She is a great resource to all of you that are going through this. Listen to this.
I want to share a little secret with you. If you are a woman of midlife and you are going through perimenopause or menopause and you feel like you have razor blades in your, here's something that will help you out tremendously. It's called Let's Spin. It's an intimacy gel. I teamed up with Joylux to come up with, I think, one of the best intimacy gels ever there was. It's clean, it's fresh, it's not sticky, it's made with hyaluronic acid and aloe vera. It's very, very lubricating, and it's become my new best friend. So I couldn't find one on the market, so I said, and I made it myself. Give it a try.
Talk about female empowerment. Like, are you tired of people, like your doctors, are you tired of someone saying it's normal? We know it's normal. You know, hey, it's a privilege to age. And I hope that you all feel that, but it doesn't mean that you have to live with sucky conditions. And I'm sorry to get so blunt about it, but I feel like if you're not going to advocate for yourself, who else do you think is going to do that? So I want to talk again about the tissue health. And again, you can continue to shop all of our products, both the Halle Berry products. We've got some great products for her intimate health, including a great moisturizer for your vulva. But I want to talk a little bit again, why the vFit. And I want to bring up what happens to our skin as we age. And the question I'll ask you as you look at this yourself, right? Because we know what happens to our face and our skin and our tissue there. Your body inside your vagina, it is muscle and it is tissue, right? So our whole body is made up of all of that, right? Our skin is our largest organ, and our skin is not just on the outside, our skin is on the inside. So the things that you always treat for your face and your neck and your jaw and all this other stuff you're doing, it happened down there too. So, but what does it translate into? Okay, maybe, you know, you're peeing a little bit, right? When you don't mean to pee in a little bit. Maybe you're noticing muscles down there aren't as strong, your pelvic floor strength, right? That's often why we see things like the bladder leakage, right? Or we're not as tight as we once were, right? I mean, our bodies in general are not as tight when we're young. We know that our skin isn't as taut. Same thing. But again, can we reverse some of that? Can we build up the strength? Absolutely. This is your personal trainer, right? And if you're experiencing pain with intercourse, I want you to know that this does not have to be. First of all, you know, there's nothing to say that you can't use a lube with this, and certainly your photonic gel that you get as part of your strawberry bundle, that you can't use this to help with the insertion, right? Like, I get it. I would probably put a little something on there as well. But once it's in, and again, once it is in for that 6 minutes to start every other day, you're almost going to realize, like, oh gosh, I can't believe how fast that time went. You're going to insert right up to the edge of the red light, and you're going to see in a second. I'm going to keep this on here because I've been letting it brighten right up. And again, 6 LEDs. You get more LEDs. So if you want faster results, you're going to use the Halle Berry version. Or you can also do a software upgrade with your app on here. So all the details, when you click on this, you'll be able to learn more. But did you see how that brightened up? So what happens with the sonic vibration? You can't even hear it. You might be able to hear it a little bit. It's very silent. If you want to turn it off, optional, completely optional. But again, it's very purposeful because it helps with that circulation, blood flow. Blood flow to our cheeks. What do? We flush, we get pink again. Same, right? And then, of course, helping with tissue repair. And remember, FDA and 3,000 published studies, mostly by women, by the way, speaks to the efficacy and safety of red light therapy. And that's what you're doing. And do you see how strong that is? You want stronger and faster results? Of course, you're going to use that photonic gel. Now, with your strawberry bundle, it also comes with the photonic wipes. Now, just to point out, these are not body wipes, okay? This does not go down there. This is the wipe for your device, to clean your device, okay? If you don't have these, or if today you're like, you know what, I think I just want the $3.95 vFit, then that's fine. You can just use, again, a little warm water, a little bit of soap, or maybe even your cleansing bar, but you want to clean this. Clearly, it's going inside you. Honestly, though, for the price of the bundle itself, I think is $411. So just the device is $395. For just a few dollars more, you get the photonic wipes, you get the photonic gel, right? Can't even hold it, it's so much. You also get, in addition to the regular bag and all that, you get your strawberry case. And this is double-sided. So when I open it, there's like 2 pouches. So you can put your device in here, anything else. You can even put some skincare in there if you want, including some skincare for your intimate bits, which we'll talk about in a second, but a great value today. And if you're watching today and you're like, investment, 100%, I know what it is, but let's show you what your other options are, because at the end of the day, you're watching right now because you want results. So let's take that out of the room. Like, if I always say, like, if, and we'll keep this up for a second, Lauren, because I just want to finish this thought. You know, often we'll say, if you don't change anything, nothing changes, right? We say that about with lots of things in life, right? Like maybe your relationship, if nothing changes, nothing changes. The challenge with our intimate health and overall health, frankly, is if you don't change what you're doing, things get worse. So if you're happy with where you are right now, great. I am thrilled for you. But if you've ever considered vaginal rejuvenation, even at that price, and you thought, oh my gosh, but I want the results. I want tightening. I want pelvic floor strength. I want my tissue repair. Great. Great. You know, you're in the right place. Hormone replacement therapy. Listen, I have a friend who is going through cancer treatment and radiation and chemo and all of that. She cannot do additional hormones. So when I told her about this device, she immediately said, where do I get this? And I said, you're going to get it at Joylux, right? And this is, again, an incredible product with proven results. And by the way, when we look at that price of $395, I want you to think for a second of everything that you've ever spent on lotions and potions for your face. I want you to think of everything that maybe your partner has done for their own intimate health. And I want you to think about what is it you're hoping to achieve today. So if we take a look at our clinical results, if you are hoping today to be on track to have increased sensation, right? You want to feel like yourself again. If you want increased hydration because you started to really dry up down there, and as a result, it feels quite painful, then I want you to be thinking about the vFit. And if price is a barrier for you today, when you click on the bundle, I want to invite you, as you're looking at the website, you're going to see, and I think we have it scripted as well, the membership. And what that does is it lets you break up the payments, which is a great thing, okay? But you also have access to, I'm going to call it a bit like a subscription, because you can then have a selection of different products that will be curated for you to support your intimate wellness. So you're not going through the hellness. I'll create a little song yet. Intimate wellness, don't go through the hellness. And you saw that, right? There is how it works. Red light therapy, sonic vibration, very easy to use. Now, I'm going to let you sort of marinate on that for a second. And speaking of marinate, how do you get juicy again? So quick reminder, you get juicy from the Let's Spin. In fact, when Halle Berry was talking to Oprah, she literally said, gets you juicy like a peach. And when you're on the Joylux website, you'll actually see a really cute video of Halle in bed with her husband. It's very modest. They're getting ready for sexy time, getting ready for spinning time. And it was so cute because the husband's like, okay, girl, can you just quit talking? Like, I'm ready for you. And what was great is that she was ready for him. And more than that, she was ready for her. Because I want you to think of this as treatment for your own well-being. Okay, so we've got the lube, again, FDA approved, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, great ingredients. I can't remember if we have an ingredient deck for the Let's Spin or not. But we have 2 sizes available for you. So once again, we have for you the 60 mils and we have the 21 mils. If you can pick them up, this fits very conveniently in your purse, your little travel bag. You can even put it in your strawberry bag that you're getting with your strawberry bundle. Now, I want to just quickly move on to some of our other products, and then we'll revisit the vFit. And I'm just going to see if we have any questions. Oh, do you have to rinse after using the wipe to clean the vFit? I don't know. I think so you're not, Case, just to be clear, and I think Heather, she can probably answer this a bit more in depth. The rule of thumb is that this is your cleaning for your device. Okay. I don't believe you, because you're going to clean this after, right? And then you're going to put it back in your little case. You'll stick it back in your case. Everything's nice and clean. Okay. Do you need to wipe this before you insert? I don't think you do necessarily, because you will have already kind of cleaned it. It's like, I don't think you do, but I'll let Heather answer that. And of course, let's put up the contact number for customer service, Lauren, if we can, because if you have any questions ever, first of all, you're welcome to reach out to me. If I can answer it, I will. But if you have questions for customer care, they are there to help you. I will also say they're very active on their social media. Dr. Sarah will probably create content. If you have a question that maybe hasn't been addressed, then I invite you to reach out to the Joylux team, because Dr. Sarah wants to educate you. That's the whole point. This is about empowering you to take your intimate health into your own hands, literally, with your vFit. Okay, let's take a look now at maybe some other great products. And by the way, I still have, if you just joined us, at the end of the show, do not go away. I'm going to show you the transformation of how we went from a beginning stage of our cooling inserts for our bra to help you cool your tits, right? Because you know those hot flashes? I just say that because that was on one social media post. It's like, now if someone says to do that, you actually say, fine, I'm doing it. I'm going to show you what it looks like and how this product has kept me cool. I want to introduce you to the Chubai. Let's put up the ingredients of what you're getting here. So first of all, you can actually see the pictures of the ingredients. So all like natural products, right? We're looking at clean beauty here. And again, OBGYN designed. Mandarin orange blossom oil. Oh, this smells so good. Like, I'm telling you, if you need a little aromatherapy, you're going to smell this. But of course, we've also got jojoba. We've also got coconut oil, avocado oil. This is a cleansing bar. So maybe you've felt a little bit awkward, uncomfortable about your own natural aroma. And let me just, first of all, say, we all are meant to have a natural aroma. And actually, Dr. Sarah, later on, go to the social media. She did a really good video on this. There is a time where you know something is not right. There's a time where you just feel like, I don't know, I wish I didn't smell like that. And again, this is not judging anything. We are meant to have an aroma. This is the beauty of us. And by the way, half the time it's our pheromones too. So don't get too awkward about it, but it's all about your comfort. And this is actually why Colette wanted this created, because she herself kind of was like, I wish I kind of felt more fresh, and I wish I didn't have that level of aroma. But Dr. Sarah is very clear also, like, there's a point where you should be asking your doctor if something is wrong. So this is not a conversation for you. Go talk to your doctor if you feel like something is wrong. This cleansing bar is designed to work beautifully with your vulva. So remember, vagina's inside, vulva is on the outside. So it's your skin. This is not, you're not putting this inside anywhere, but this is safe for you to use on your vagina and frankly, other parts of your body. It's not soap, right? We've often been told about the hazards of douching or using soaps that mess with our pH and our microbiome. So this is created, again, doctor created. So you can feel very confident using this. I will tell you, I think this is $13. Run. Do not walk for this. You're going to love it. And the way the bubbles kind of come up too, they're almost like those, when you blow bubbles, they're very light and airy. So you will notice immediately a difference. Have any of you bought the soap or the cleansing bar? I'm so sorry. It's not soap, the cleansing. Let me know if you have. Okay, TJ, I will answer your question in just a second. So I'm going to go there. Just let me quickly remind everybody. This is available here right now today. Add it if you would like to any of your other products that you're buying. We're going to go through a great moisturizer in a second as well, called the Revitalize Her. So we'll talk about this in just 1 second. But I want to talk to TJ for a second, maybe any of you that have this question. So the question was, are there any bundles with Hallie's device? So first of all, let me reiterate, we today have your strawberry bundle, which is your vFit device. Oops, I turned this off. There we go. Which is your vFit device. You get the photonic wipes, again, for your device, not your body, but then you also get the gel and you get the strawberry case. And of course, all the other, satchels and cases that normally come with the vFit device. Now, the question we had, look at that light, right? Again, that's the tissue repair that helps with the pelvic health and the tissue repair. Vaginal dryness helps with your increased lubrication is what I should say. So if you're dealing with that, that can help you as well. But the question is, do we have a bundle with the Hallie device? The answer is no, we don't. So the Hallie device is, I don't even want to say it's an upgrade, because this is already like the luxury model. This just has a few extra bells and whistles, but it's the same technology. We do not have a bundle with this TJ. So what I would recommend is create your own bundle. Like, that's kind of how I like to position it. Go ahead and add photonic gel. Why would you do that? Because even though this is already stronger, additional LEDs, additional sonic modes, right? Additional time, you can go up to 12 minutes, especially once you kind of get into that week 7 and 8 to be able to go up to 12 minutes. You're going to get to where you want it to faster. But the photonic gel will also, did you see the brightness? The photonic gel will also increase by 45% that power of the LED. So again, getting there even faster. So yes, the short answer, TJ, I know I'm never at a loss for words. Short answer, no bundle with the Halley device, but you can of course create your own bundle. And I invite you again, if pricing today is at all a barrier, look at her membership, the membership, because we don't want that to be a reason that you can't get the intimate life and overall wellness, both mentally, physically, internally, sexually, that you absolutely deserve. Okay, so I hope that answered. Great. Glad. Okay. Oh, and TJ, let me know, TJ, did that last explainer also answer your other question, which was the differences? I think it was mostly the bundle you were worrying about, but I've explained differences as well with the device. So let me go on to our next product. So we've talked about the vFit. I'm still going to go there, but you can also, while you're watching, swipe to the different products that we're presenting and go ahead and type in your question. I'm here to answer, and so is the team from Joylux. Heather and Lauren and I, we're all together helping all of you make menopause less painful in your life, right? More joyful. This is like, we've earned the right to be happy. And today we're going to help get you happy and healthy. So we talked about the She Bar. This is great. Stock up on these if you can. I think there's even a 3-pack available. I know it's not scripted here, but you can also buy them in a 3-pack. If you've purchased this before, you get a bit of a price break when you do. But again, at $13, I think it is. Great buy. Okay, so now what? Right? So as we age, we know that our body gets dry, everywhere gets dry. And so maybe you've gotten quite dry down there, right? So we want to take care of her. None of us have ever have a problem buying stuff for our face, our serums, our lotions, and our potions. And sometimes we pay, honestly, like I sold skincare for a living at the shopping channel, in addition to a lot of other products. And I'm constantly amazed at how much we will spend to take care of what everybody sees. But what about the part that maybe only a few lucky people get to see? And more importantly, that we have, and that we, have experiences not only visually, but what our bodies feel like. So maybe you've dealt with dryness down there. Maybe even the color has changed a little bit down there. We know the tone and texture is maybe changed, which is why we're also dealing with, I don't know why I said texture, but you know what I'm saying, the tone, the way things look, the way things feel, which is why we have the vFit. But I want to introduce you to the Revitalize Her. Drop in the chats if any of you have tried this. There are great reviews online. But first of all, I love the elegant the packaging. This you would be proud to put on your nightstand if you want. It's a nice convenient place for it too. Or on your bathroom counter. Look at the beautiful rose gold design. It's got its own little pedestal, as we all should have our own little pedestal. And then you've got essentially what is your vulva moisturizer, right? Not inside, it's your vulva moisturizer. So this again, all clean, pH balance, again, protects our microbiome, and designed by OBGYN, Dr. Sarah, board certified. So look at all the ingredients. Once again, we've got that beautiful mandarin orange blossom oil, coconut oil, beautiful, essentials, shea, not shea, vitamin E is what I meant to say. So all the hyaluronic acid, there's hyaluronic acid in here. So all the ingredients, of course, listed right on the back as well. And it looks like a serum, but it's basically your moisturizer. So you're not, on our faces, sometimes we'll put like a cream moisturizer. We're not putting a cream on our vulva for this purpose. Sometimes you have other creams and things that you're using, but that's not this. So this is like in a serum kind of formulation, but it is your moisturizer. Now, let me just tell you, at $45, if you decide, my gosh, I looked at the ingredient deck and I'm like, you're like, okay, I wonder if I could use that for my face, because this has so many great ingredients and it's less expensive than some of the serums you might be buying for your face. Absolutely, you can. And in fact, we have a number of you that have written in that say you do. But this is designed with your vulva in mind. We're taking care of her. So you can see I put way too much. I put you could go a half a drop almost. Like this will last you a long time because this covered my entire hand and I could literally go up my arm. So a little goes a long way. I would start with less, ladies. And this goes right on your vulva. So right on the, on your lips, they're all in there, right? All the area, the outside area of your vulva. And if you have some left on your hands, put it on your elbows, put it on your arms, right? I'm probably not going to whip to my face right immediately after I've gone down there, but I'm not wasting this either. Okay. I'm not wasting this either. So go ahead and just even on your finger, like anywhere, right? Just go ahead and rub your hands together, right? Because you're all clean on there. So you've already done your She Bar. This is your moisturizing treatment. So you can use this day and night. You can use it once a day if you want to, but highly, highly, highly encourage this. Let me see here. Okay. So I was just seeing if there's any questions. So you've cleansed and you're going to use your moisturizer. And again, what happens is it's just this beautiful, fresh sort of lingering scent. And again, all natural, clean, pH balance. The ingredients that you smell are the ingredients, right? So mandarin orange blossom oil. Okay, so now let me also just let you know before we move on about our body butter. And I'm just gonna spend a couple of seconds on this. So you remember when we talked about how we kind of dry out everywhere, right? Our face dries out, our vagina dries out, our vulva dries out, everything's dry. And it's like it's a real, literally and figuratively can be a pain. Drop a note in the comments or give me a like, oh my gosh, this happens to me too. Is your body, like I'm talking like your arms, are you starting to experience those dry patches on your arms and on your, even on your thighs? Like, are you starting to experience some of that right now, especially my arms, like the back of my arms? If you are, that's what the body butter is for. This is nowhere for your intimate bits, okay? The reason Joylux created this, look at this. So I did this so you would see how it's like a true butter. It's not dripping down. Okay. And by the way, this will cover a lot. So this was created again because menopause is, we deal with a lot of internal symptoms, mental symptoms. We deal with lots of things with menopause. Also just like the very basics of things we never had to deal with before, like extra dry skin. So they thought, overall wellness is what we're dealing with. That's why there's community. That's why they do content with Dr. Sarah and Hallie and create products that help you feel your very best to make this time of your life as joyful as it can be. But they also want to take care of your body. So they don't have a full lineup of body products. I would expect at some point, maybe there will be something to help. They've really narrowed down on that intimate health. But they also go, let's also take care of that largest organ that you have, your skin. So a great body butter, highly recommend, great ingredients. And again, so this is unscented. So the reason I smelt it is I always forget because I put the moisturizer on there. I have a bit of that mandarin orange blossom, but it's an unscented body butter. It's all clean. It's vegan, paraben free. And by the way, when we talk about that, it's a really important thing to know. So like even when we talk about the products, like the Let's Spin, like our photonic gel, like it says right here, like there's no glycerin, there's no parabens, right? Unscented, hypoallergenic. And again, these are OBGYN created. So you can feel really confident in what you're buying today, knowing that this is created by, I'm going to say the majority, a team of women. I'm not saying there aren't men that work with the company. Obviously, there are great scientists and men that are formulators and all of that, but there is no decision there's no decision that's been made with any of the products here that have not been tried and tested and cleared, literally cleared by women, because who is going to know better than us what women are dealing and feeling? This is why when we talk to our doctors, we often feel like a bit like, do they get it? Especially if you have a male doctor. And again, there are a lot of great male doctors out there. I'm not one bit generalizing. I'm just saying sometimes it's hard to feel like they can understand because they can understand a lot medically, but everything they know about the way something feels is because a woman told them. That's just facts. I can't understand what it's like to have erectile dysfunction. So if I was a doctor dealing with that, I'd have to ask a man what that experience is like. And it's the same with this. So I want you to feel confident in your vFit. I want to bring this up and then I'm going to quickly show you as well, not to forget my cooling bra inserts. So we're not going to go anywhere. Let me just see if there's any questions. Oh, Heather, you dropped a code in there. So guys, Heather dropped a code in the chat. If you're watching on Instagram, you better get over to joylux.com and look at the live shopping page because there is a chat happening right now. And Heather has just offered her friend code. She's offered a friend code. Oh my gosh. Okay. Go do that. Heather's never done that before. So Heather's taken friends. Heather's taken friend. That's because she's given a discount code. So go there. We haven't offered a discount code ever on these shows to this point. So please feel free to go there, because I know that Heather knows that's not a private chat. And if she doesn't, then too bad. You will get that code. I'm giving you permission. So yeah, here we go. Purchase $100 or more. She's offered a code which is giving $15 off. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. Here is your vFit. Strawberry bundle is what I am inviting you to try. If you don't want the strawberry bundle, we also offer this solution to your menopausal problems on its own. So $395 is the price all day long. Great reviews on this. Yes, we have a payment plan available if that's what you need. But let's remember, what are you trying to get? The ultimate transformation. That is why you are here today. You're tired of experiencing a weak pelvic floor and all the symptoms that happen with that. You're tired of experiencing tissue laxity. You're tired of experiencing, okay, let me quickly show you. When I say that, you're tired of experiencing what the lack of collagen and elastin and the depletion of it is doing. So when we are young, we are a lot more like a grape, aren't we, right? Everything's bouncy. Like, think even your face, right? You know, down there too. Let's also just talk face. You're like a plump, juicy grape, right? Same fruit, when it starts to dry up and get a little old, sorry, that's the fact, starts to look like a raisin. What do you guys think? Do you think one day I should actually buy some grapes and raisins? Probably should. But I think this is far more impactful. So, you know, I'm not saying you look like this sad, deflated balloon, but this is kind of what's happening to our body, right? It's why we start to sag in our face. It's why we start to sag down there too. So we want to get you back to this state. So that's why we're talking about the vFit here. Once again, 3 elements to this mechanism. We've got Colette, we got Dr. Sarah. They create this for you. Let's take a look at them, because again, this is the team behind Joylux. So you've got your mechanism. You're going to turn this on. All the instructions are here. You're going to press the button. You're going to choose your treatment time. 6 minutes every other day. Do it while you're checking your phone, drinking your coffee, watching your shows, day or night, whatever's most convenient. You're adding this to things that probably you would already do anyway, like maybe check your phone. Then you're going to increase to 8 minutes, maybe as much as 10 by week 2. And then you're going to get to weeks 3 to 8 on your vFit, regular vFit. You're going to go up to 10 minutes. That's the max. Okay. On your Halley device or your Plus upgrade, what can happen? It's a software upgrade on your original device. If you're watching now and trying to get back into your protocol, don't forget, you also have an opportunity to upgrade. What does that do? Same as the Halley device, really just gives you more treatment time, additional sonic vibration modes, and more LED power, okay? Now, if you want to elevate the power of your existing device or the device you're picking up today as part of your strawberry bundle, remember, not only are you getting the device, which is on its own is a $395 value, that's the price, you're also getting for just a few dollars more. That's why we bundled this for you. You're getting the photonic gel, which will increase the power of your device by up to 45%. You get the photonic wipes. Once again, and TJ asked the question, this is, again, your wipes for your device, not your body. There's other wipes for that. That is not this wipe. This is for your device, to clean your device, to sanitize your device. You're also getting, in addition to your regular satin satchel or pouch, you're also getting the strawberry. And so this is super cute for your travel. It's dual-sided. So there's like a little divider inside there, so you can put your device on one side and maybe some of your vaginal or vulvular skincare in there as well, or your photonic gel or whatever. So again, that is your bundle of your vFit. For those of you that want the Halley device, it comes just a tiny little different packaging. You get instead of a pink satin, you get like almost like a cream or a white satin, almost looks like a wedding dress. It's very, very pretty. And you're gonna get that as well as the chrome case. And again, this essentially just gives you same mechanism, right? Just a little bit more of everything. And again, that's the one that Halley created. Let's bring up her testimonial one more time on why she created this. She talks about this being the game changer. Every woman must have. She's holding the original, by the way, vFit. She's created this, what I call like almost the Rolls Royce version. Is this going to work better than this? It's going to work faster. That's kind of the big part. It's going to work faster. Do you need this one? Not necessarily. Right? This one for most of you may be just fine, but you know who you are. You want extra time. You want to get there faster. You love the design. You love the elegant design. This one is for you. Okay, are you guys ready for the reveal on the cold her? So let me tell you about these cold her inserts. First of all, I know we've been talking about perimenopause and menopause, but I also want to say with all of these products, your vulvular moisturizer, your Let's Spin gel, your vFit, like a lot of this can also be, you're like being proactive, right? So if, sometimes we wait to go to the gym until we're out of shape, and other times we go to the gym to stay in shape. And so I want you to also, as you're looking right now, maybe you're looking at this as your personal training device that keeps you where you are for a lot longer. Don't forget that's an option for you. Same thing with cooling inserts, the cold her. So these are great if you are dealing with those hot flashes. You know where they start, right? They start here and they work their way up. So where do we want to hit it? None of us wear fans, right? By the time you're hot, by the time it gets to what the fan is doing for you, it's too late. So this, what it does is it draws the heat away from your chest, and it's got patented phase change technology. So yeah, hot flashes, but also night sweats. Breastfeeding mamas, right? So if you've got nipple sensitivity because you're breastfeeding, this is a great option for you. What I love about this is they fit in your bra, and they also don't need any refrigeration. So ladies, if you've ever been tempted, like this is, look how messy this is. It's dripping. I've got a big puddle over here. Maybe you've been tempted to find a smaller version, clearly, and shove something like this in your bra. Or maybe you've got, again, maybe you're dealing with breastfeeding and you've got sore nipples. If you put this right, okay, I'm all wet and gross now. If you put this right against your skin, like even my hands, it's starting to burn. Right? So this is not the way it's supposed to be. You should not be putting ice cubes, despite what 9.5 weeks says. You should not be like resting ice cubes on your body there. It's just, I don't think personally that's comfortable, but I also know that it feels like it's burning. So there's no refrigeration that's necessary with these. So you get 2 of these pads. This is a steal of a deal. I would run again for these and pick up a couple of them. So there's almost like a little microfiber. I can never remember what this material is, but it's just like almost like a little soft, right? So that's the outside. This doesn't go against your skin. Not that it wouldn't feel nice. It's just, that's not the purpose. So it's almost, can you hear that? Almost like a coconut oil kind of texture. So I could, if I bend this, of course it will bend, but it's essentially solid. I call this almost like an empathy pad, because like empaths, right? They take from you what you don't want and they take it for themselves, right? So that you can be released from pain and all this other stuff. That's what empaths do, right? They take what you don't want and they absorb it themselves. That's kind of what these do. So when you're hot and it, right from your chest, so I'm going to show you, here we go. Oh yeah, watch this. I put these in about an hour and a half ago. So here's what it looked like when I put it in. Here's what it looks like now. You guys see that? Now, why did that work? Because it was the empath. It took my heat and said, give me your heat, give me your heat, give me your heat, right? Again, no refrigeration necessary. Felt cool immediately. And it just, over time, took my heat so that I didn't have to have it. And it took it for itself. Now, at this stage, this one's done. Not done garbage. This will reharden. Like, I love also how sustainable these are. This will reharden to this state. Okay, so, and no refrigeration needed. So this is why I say get a couple of these if you want. I had one day where I was just super stressed. And when I get stressed, I start to sweat and I get really hot. And I'm like, heck, why would I suffer through this? Like I put one of these in if I'm just doing something stressful in my life. Maybe you're a runner. Maybe you are going on a walk. It doesn't matter. Get these for your bridesmaids. Get these for your mother-in-law. Get a couple of sets of these, but do not miss out. I think I've covered all of it. So again, take a look at all the products that we have. Once again, the vFit, this is your day. This is your time to start feeling like yourself again. And before we go, I'm going to check one more. Okay, Gina said cooling pads. Okay, loves the cooling pads. They are discreet, hot flashes, strong afternoons. Yeah, Gina, sounds like you already love them. So I'm glad that we've got so many of you that have chimed in on here. I highly invite you to take control of your life today. And listen, you don't need my permission to do that. I just know sometimes it feels like, depending on your household, like depending on your partner, maybe you got a kid, like you probably feel very alone, right? You probably feel very alone right now in a lot of ways. And I want you to know that you don't have to suffer in the silence. We are here to be your community, and follow Joylux on Instagram to feel like you have people that are part of your community. If you ever have questions about your vFit or about anything to do with what the vFit can do, or maybe you've got it and you're like, first of all, you can watch these replays all the time, but you get instructions. There's all sorts of resources, including the customer care team, to help you navigate this time in your life with these devices. meant to help you get more comfortable, get more joy in your life, get to feeling like yourself. And wouldn't you agree that 6 minutes every other day, and eventually, once a week, after once you hit about week 8, wouldn't you agree that it's worth it to get yourself back, to get your confidence back, to get to feeling the way you want to feel, and to enjoy this next phase of your life? Because, we're not done, ladies. Like, Howard us. And we're not going to let our bodies betray us this way. Sitting down. You're going to sit down when you're going to use your device. But I want you to feel like you have that control. And if price is an issue today, check out the membership, because the goal here is to get you one of these home as soon as you can. Because the sooner you get your vFit home, the sooner you get your Let's Spin, the sooner that you take care of her, the sooner you can start living the life that both of you deserve. So my name is Dawn Chubai. Thank you so much on behalf of Joylux. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be live again in a few weeks. We often are. You can watch replays. You can watch this as many times as you want. And of course, all of the products are on our page, and there's help standing by. I can't wait to see you get back to feeling like yourself. So until next time, everybody, have a great rest of your day. Stay joyful.